Hi boys and girls, today we're going to come back to talk a little bit more about how to tell time. Before we tell time in the half hour today, I want to review what you've already learned about telling time on the analog clock. So if you recall, you remember that the numbers 1 through 12 are in a circle on the clock face. We've also talked and reviewed about the shorter hand, the blue hand, which is the hour, the longer hand, the purple hand, which tells the minute. Now, when we tell time to the hour, we say that that is the o'clock hour. So if I am saying that the shorter hand's going to be on the 3 and the longer hand's going to be on the 12, what time would that be? Remember, the shorter hand tells the hour, the longer hand tells the minute. So let's read always the hour first. So we're looking at this arrow. This time says 3 o'clock, okay? We can see that arrow is pointing to the 12. So that would read 3 o'clock. We've also talked about what AM and PM are. AM means morning and PM means afternoon or night, okay? And some other interesting things about time if you want to learn is 60 seconds are in a minute. So think about something you could do within a minute. Maybe I could clap my hands a few times. Maybe I could walk from here to my front door and get my mail. Maybe I could take out the trash in a minute. I might be able to peel a banana and eat it in a minute. Okay, what are some things that you could do in 60 seconds or 1 minute? Okay, now we're going to talk about how many minutes are in the hour. So how many minutes would be in 1 hour? Do you know? There are actually 60 minutes in 1 hour. So think about what's an activity or something that you could do in an hour. Maybe I could take a shower and get dressed and dry my hair in an hour. I might be able to take a drive somewhere or maybe visit a friend in an hour. I might be able to do my homework, right? Do some of my work. Or maybe even I could just take a nap for an hour if you're lucky enough to do that, right? So an hour is more time than a minute, okay? Do you know how many hours are in a day? There are actually 24 hours in a day. Like I said, you might think that's a very long time, but those hours go really, really fast, okay? So we're talking about, like I said, telling time. Those are just some interesting things to just remember. There are 60 seconds in a minute, there are 60 minutes in an hour, and there are 24 hours in a day. All right, so now let's get back to trying to teach you guys now how to tell time by the half hour. When we talk about the half hour, some people like to say that it's half past the hour, or if something's half past, that means that it's 30 minutes past that hour. So you might see something that looks like this. In digital time, we can read this as 8:30, okay? 8:30. Where I'm saying it's 30 minutes past the hour, 30 minutes past 8 o'clock. Half past 8 would be 8:30. How could I show that on my analog clock? I want to show you, okay? The hour, remember, is this blue hand. That hour hand or shorter hand will always point to the hour, which is 8. Now, 30, remember, you learned about the o'clock, right? That's telling time by the hour. When you're saying it's half past the hour or 30 minutes past, you want to put that minute hand on the 6, okay? That 6 will read 30 minutes past the hour. So this is what 8:30 would look like, okay? The blue hand's on the 8 and the purple hand is on the 6. And this will always be on the 6 whenever you're talking about 30 minutes or half past the hour. This will always be on the 6. So it's 8:30, okay? So let's do some more together. What if I gave you this? What if I said it's 12:30 or it's half past 12 o'clock? Half past the hour would be 12:30. So how could we show that on my analog clock? Remember, start with the hour first. Which hand is the hour hand? Is it the blue or purple? Good job, guys. The hour hand is the shorter hand, the blue hand. So let's go. Since we're talking about the hour is 12, let's move it up to the 12. All right, so we have that done. Now let's talk about our minute hand. Where does this go? If we're talking about half past the hour, would it go here or on the 12, or do you think it would go on the 6? Remember, half past, not talking about the o'clock, half past. Good, guys. You know that that minute hand would have to go on the 6th. This time right here reads 12:30 or half past 12. Very good. We're going to do one more together. And I'm going to show you this time. This is usually the time you might be getting home from school. When school ends, usually around 3, you might be getting home at half past the hour. Half past 3 would be 3:30, okay? So 3:30. When we want to show that on an analog clock, remember, start with that hour hand first, and we're talking about 3 o'clock, 3:30. So move that hour hand down to 3. Okay, that shorter hand needs to be at 3. Where would this minute hand be? Would it be on the 6 or would it be on the 12? Remember, we're talking about 30, 3:30 or half past 3. You're right, this would read 3 o'clock. You got to move that minute hand down to the 6. Now it reads 3:30. Great job, guys. Keep playing with this analog clock at home, and you will be getting a few simple worksheets to tell time by the hour and half hour. And remember, that hour hand is the shorter hand. That longer hand tells the minute. And what's important to remember about the minute hand, you learned this week that when that minute hand is on the 12, that reads o'clock. And when that minute hand is on the 6, that reads 30 minutes past. Great job, guys. Keep practicing.